I think design is what we were talking about. To bring a space like this, together is years of design and aesthetics, putting together. So that's the what we were talking about, traversing between these zones. How do you see the space being transformed into something else? Every time you.
I think the way we see Darpana is that this balcony can become a performance space. The cafe can become somewhere where you can have a fashion show, for instance, or this enclosure can become something else. And I think the limitation is only in the mind of the artist or the designer or whatever, because every space is a canvas. Every forecourt has the possibility of having an installation where you can have a performance or where you can have something, or the monkeys can come and sit. That's an installation in itself. So I think we don't have boxes in Darpana. We have open spaces that meander into each other, and I think so it's open to every possible thing.
So I think that's something which we are really looking forward to, kind of exploring the opportunities that this space has, and we were also talking about the blurring the lines between the different art forms. I think you just mentioned that how people see themselves into a certain silos. So how do we break out of that, and how have you blurred the lines over the years with different forms of art?
I think I learned this from Amma, and for Amma, everything beautiful she saw, everything that touched her, made her react in movement. And close to 30 years ago, there was an exhibition here by a sculptor called Suruchi Chand, and I remember being asked to inaugurate it. And I said I would inaugurate it by dancing around her sculptures. I'd never seen the sculptures before. I took my flutist and I responded, and I moved from sculpture to sculpture responding. Or for instance, last year when we had the Natrani season, I wanted my young painter friends to respond to performance. So for each performance, we sent one painter a video of the performance and a write-up and said, you react to it. And they created a painting which we made into a stamp, which became the visa in the passport that allowed you to come in. So at the end of the year, a member has original art created for the performance from people like Amit Bhai to Bhairavi Modi to Nabi Baksh Mansoori to the whole gamut. And I think we need to encourage more of these. People are very frightened. One is they think that their expertise will get dissipated if they do other things. But the joy in actually breaking boundaries and working with a suthar, for instance, is very special.
There's music in every form of art, isn't it? Yes. Fantastic. I think that's a take we would want to.
I remember, when Natrani was being built 2 years ago, we were learning drumming. And there were all these, when there are long cables being pulled, there are these big wooden things. And I remember one morning we just walked off the dance floor and we started playing on those, and you should have seen the faces of the electrical workers who were there, thinking that these things that they lug around have become these instruments. And I think it's a question of opening up, of not being afraid.
I think it's a very thin line, there were very blurred lines, and we could just kind of, crossing that path. And so we're looking forward to, a lot of collaboration with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.